Good morning, guys. So I have been up for a while this morning and I just didn't feel like talking, so I kind of just filmed some of it. I woke up super early, I went on a walk, I did my devotional time, which you guys did not see. I usually do my devotionals on our back porch, and our back porch lights don't work, so I've been using a flashlight, it's like while River goes out to get the bathroom and stuff. I did that, I made breakfast, had coffee, and then got Jane ready to go to school. So today was a little different because Chris usually works from home pretty much every day, but today he had to go into Charleston, and so he decided to take Jane to school. So I still got her ready to go. She got to dress like a superhero today, so I don't know if you could tell, she was wearing like a Wonder Woman headband. Why did Jane dress like a superhero? Because if Jane sent in $1 to school for the Hurricane Dorian Relief Fund, she got to dress up like a superhero. Remember the hurricane? A lot of people's houses got ruined. You want to dress like a superhero today? We can do that. Want to? Okay, when we get you dressed today, we'll dress like a superhero. So Chris took her to school and is just going straight to Charleston. So now I have like an extra, probably 30 minutes that I normally don't have, that I'm like taking Jane to school, which is good. So that is what we're doing right now. I'm getting the kids breakfast. They are having a banana, some toast, and some orange juice. And then I need to sit down and do some editing. And I'm just gonna take you guys along with us today. We have some fun things going on. So I'm just gonna take you guys with us. So I wanted to pop on here really quick. I did my hair a little bit and put on a little bit of makeup, but I'm gonna stay in my yoga pants and shirt today just because we don't have anywhere really to go besides Jane's Gymnastics. But I wanted to say something really quick. I'm definitely learning that when Jane is in school, Piper and Jackson, if you guys are new here, they are 4 and 3. They have a harder time playing together. They argue a lot more. I feel like when Jane is here, she's kind of like the mediator. She does argue as well, but they play together better as like a group of 3, whereas the little 2 need more of like my assistance and my help during the day. So it's a little bit difficult. I know as they get older, it'll help. Obviously, Jackson will be going to kindergarten next year, so Piper will be here by herself. I'm definitely gonna show you guys here in just a second something that a lot of you guys ask me about, since none of my kids go to preschool. Is like, how are you guys learning like the numbers and the letters and stuff like that, and how do you fit that in? A lot of times I feel like it would be easier for me to send them off to preschool so that I can get stuff done at home and they could actually be learning and socializing with other kids, but it's definitely a balance. But I wanted to say I'm also learning how to juggle all of that kind of stuff. So I of course have a to-do list a mile long every single day of cleaning things and YouTube work and things that I want to do with the kids and stuff like that. But I learned to adapt my day. So I have my to-do list. I have things that absolutely need to get done, and then things that maybe could go into tomorrow if they needed to. And just for an example, a second ago, the kids were down here arguing and complaining that they didn't want to clean up the blocks that they had thrown all over the floor and weren't playing with anymore. And I knew, and I was trying to dust and wipe down all the surfaces because that's what I had to do today. So I stopped that. I talked to them very nicely and helped them pick up the blocks. And then I had all intentions to do something else with them, like play with them or do what I'm about to show you. There's this app that I've been using just to kind of like give them a little break from each other. But I got them a snack. A lot of times either a snack or some sort of break helps them to get over their whatever they were arguing about. And it was about like 10 o'clock. They had their snack, they were wandering around, and then they both went upstairs to the playroom and now have been playing for probably 45 minutes together. I'm sure the playroom is an absolute disaster, but they're playing nicely and I'm able to get some work done. So I still haven't wiped down anything else. Now I'm getting some YouTube work done while they're being quiet. I know any minute they're probably gonna either get in a fight or come down here and need me. So it's just adapting. I can wipe down surfaces in a little bit. I'm trying to get some YouTube work done while they're being quiet. So I knew some of you mamas could relate to me and I just wanted to share that. Okay, So the kids actually just ate lunch, and usually on the weekdays when Jane is at school, I really try to do a few activities with the little kids as far as like learning activities. We do try to go out like to the playground and stuff like that too, but between all the other things that I have to get done, we're usually at home the entire day. And then once Jane gets picked up, our day gets started. We're probably out and about until like 6 o'clock almost every single day. So let me show you a few of the things that we have been doing with the little kids. So right now with Piper, we are mainly doing shapes. So we have flashcards for that. And then Jackson is learning all of his letters. When Jane went to kindergarten, she knew all of her letters, but she didn't know the sounds of all the letters. And luckily, she did really good in reading. She wanted to know how to read, so she excelled in reading for kindergarten. I've asked many teachers what we could do for Jackson to get him really ready for kindergarten. Obviously, if he's already reading going to kindergarten, that would be amazing. But right now we're working on the letters and what they sound like. And if he can know all the letters and all of the sounds of the letters, then he'll be golden to learn how to read. He'll be off to a good start. So that's what we're working on. We have flashcards for that, but I'm gonna show you guys a new app that we've actually been working on. And then also we are working on his handwriting. This is, he wrote Jackson. Honestly, we did not know if he was left-handed or right-handed until a few months ago, because as far as sports and stuff, he does things with both hands. And so for a while, whenever he would pick up a pencil or a pen, he would pick it up with different hands every single time. So we've learned that he's finally a right hand child, and so we are a little late to the game as far as handwriting. So guys, come here, let's tell them about reading eggs. So I'm gonna try not to talk too much about this because I feel like I've been talking already a whole bunch. Yeah, sit down. Jackson, come show him your reading eggs. About a few weeks ago, someone asked on Instagram some good reading apps for children, or apps to learn how to read. And I was really curious about it because that's what we were working on with Jackson. And I'm not a teacher, so besides flashcards, I don't really know what I'm doing as far as teaching him the letters. So I screenshotted all the answers that the person got, and reading eggs was on one of those answers. And so I'd never really looked into it. I saved all the answers so that I can look into it later. And then a few days later, Reading Eggs actually reached out to me to sponsor this video. So thank you so much, Reading Eggs, for sponsoring the video. Jackson absolutely loves reading eggs, right, buddy? Oh, you don't seem very excited. Let's turn on your reading eggs. Okay, Jackson, let's try this again. Do you like reading eggs?
Yes. Bye.
You do? Yeah. What is your favorite part about reading eggs?
Tap on the letter C.
Yeah, this is Jackson's favorite one, right, Jackson? His favorite activity.
C.
My alphabet.
Yep, you're learning your alphabet. What letter is that?
C. What's that? C for cat.
So we love reading eggs because it has all different reading levels. So Jackson is on the level that says 2 to 4. He is 4 years old, but he is still learning his letters. And his favorite one is this one, where he just taps the letter every time he sees the letter, and then it blows up and it pops, and then a bunch of other letters come up and he has to identify the letter C. That's what he's working on right now. And it kind of just goes through, and then he gets stickers if he does something good. So we haven't tried this with Piper yet. Piper is 3, but she isn't as good with like the iPad and phones and stuff like that quite yet.
It makes her crazy.
Yeah, makes her crazy. And then they also have grade level. They have, I think there's another section that's like ages 4 through 6, I think. And then there's like the grade level. And so Jane tried reading eggs as well. She's not here today, she's at school, but she loved it.
Look at my favorite part.
Yeah, this is Jackson's favorite part.
Don't tap on it.
Get it, get it, get it. Yay.
Yay.
And there's his sticker. Good job. So what I really found amazing about the grade level one is that obviously in the grade levels, if you just put like first grade or second grade, everyone's reading level is really different. So there was a little quiz that Jane had to take so that it could place her in the right spot for the games and the activities. And so that was really cool because then she could do activities that were on her level and to also teach her above her level. So she wasn't like way below her level or it wasn't way too hard. So we loved that as well. But we have been mainly using it for Jackson and he is absolutely loving it. So if you guys are looking for an app to help your child learn to read or learn their letters or anything like that, I highly recommend Reading Eggs. And I really do think that you guys will enjoy it.
Hi.
What do you want to tell them?
So we're going to read ABC.
You want to sing your ABCs? Start over. Say A, B,
C, D, A, F, T, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, I, X, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, A, B, C, D.
Look at Jackson still back here doing his Reading Eggs. We try to do this for like 15 minutes a day at least.
Wonder like you
Now you're singing Twinkle Twinkle. Hey, let's tell them one more thing. Come sit on my lap and I'm gonna tell them something. Sit on my lap. Guess what, guys? Piper is no more naps. Right? No more naps for Piper. That means officially all three of my kids are no nappers. No more naps. So it is so weird how all kids are different. So Jane did really good with Jackson, get down. That's very dangerous. And now you're about to break the screen. No, sir. Anyways, Jane did really good. I think she napped until like 3.5, which Piper is only a little over 3, and then she did a quiet time in her room for a really, really long time. She stayed in her room from 1 to almost 4 every single day and just played quietly in her room. Jackson, don't do that. Then Jackson did the same. It was around like 3 or 3.5. It was last year around this time. And he did the quiet time in his room for a while too. He didn't do it as long as Jane did. For an extended period of time, he would come out a lot and then we kind of just gave up. And then with Piper, just last week, or no, the week of the hurricane, she skipped nap every day. And she was able to skip nap for a while, but we could tell that she was still super tired in the evenings and still needed a nap. But she skipped nap pretty much every day of that week because there was just so much going on with the hurricane and everything. And then that Monday, so last Monday, I put her down for a nap and she fell asleep. So when Jane and Jackson gave theirs up, they just weren't sleeping. So I put them in the room and they would never go to sleep. But Piper fell asleep on Monday and she took a full nap. And then that night she stayed up till like 10:30 because she had taken a full nap and she just was not tired at all. And I could tell she was not tired. So he can go out. So anyways, now since then I'm just don't put her down, and she can't have quiet time in her room because if I put her in her room she will fall asleep. And for me, my evenings is like my me time and my mornings are as well. So I like when my kids go to bed at a good time, and so she is really good in the evenings now. She's not cranky like she missed a nap or anything. She's like a normal child and does really, really good, and then she goes to bed at a great time. So I'm a mom of 3 kids that nobody has to take naps anymore. It's crazy because I've always had a napping child since I had Jane, which was 6.5 years ago. That's crazy. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. I'm like sad but happy at the same time. I'm sad because the nap time was actually a good time for me to get things done or just take a break or a breather or do a bunch of cleaning or something, and now I don't have that. I don't have an actual time every single day where I know it's gonna be quiet. But I'm also happy because I feel a little free. I feel like I can do anything now. I don't have to schedule anything around a nap time. So I'm a big component. I'm a big advocate for sleep training and like having your kids on a really good schedule as far as sleeping and eating. And I see it. And so we knew exactly when their naps were every single day, and so it was a little easier to plan around that, but it was also like, can't do anything between 1 and 4 every single day because we have to be home for naps, so we don't have to do that anymore. I feel like I've been talking this whole entire time. We have a lot more to do today, so we are gonna take a little break. We're gonna take a little rest time. We do rest time still, but it's not very long. It's like 30 minutes. And then we're gonna go get Jane. Remember when I told you the kids were playing nice and quiet and I knew it would be messy upstairs? This is what the playroom looks like. I came up here to dust and vacuum. So we basically just have to clean up all this stuff now so that I can dust and vacuum. So not too bad. Definitely seen worse, but definitely got to get to it. What you doing?
We're going to the gymnastics.
Gymnastics. You can take your belt off. So Chris got home with Jane. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. So Chris was able to pick up Jane. We weren't sure how long he was gonna be in Charleston today. So I was either gonna have to go with the littles and pick her up, or Chris was gonna pick her up on the way home. So he was able to do that, which really helped me because I actually got pretty much everything I needed to get done today done. And the list was long, so I was surprised. Cleaned out the whole garage, everything. So I got this little girl. She was at home for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, enough time to get on her leotard and get to gymnastics. What are you doing? Did you have fun dressing up like a superhero today?
Yeah.
So anyways, we're going into her gymnastics class for an hour and a half, and then we're headed home to eat dinner. Ready to do some flips?
Flip, sakura.
Excuse me? Let's go. Push. Seriously?
Hi, Olivia.
We are home now just in time to start cooking. It is 5:53. We normally eat at 6 o'clock, and normally is like what time? Oh my gosh, these love bugs are everywhere. Do you guys have love bugs? I'm gonna have to get that out. They don't bite or anything, but they're very annoying and they're everywhere. In the summertime, and like ever since the kids were born, we always ate like at 6 o'clock. That was our dinner time. And now that all the kids are doing extracurricular activities, I feel like we're never home to eat right at 6. So I'm actually also filming a video that you guys should see already, maybe, or maybe it'll come up after this. Like quick and easy dinner ideas, because we're either home right at 6, or sometimes we're even home at 6:30 or even 7. And I try to get the kids to bed by 7:30. So there are a lot of nights, pretty much Monday through Thursday, we're out until at least 6 o'clock. And then starting in October, Mondays we'll be home. We don't have anything on Mondays anymore, which is good. And then Fridays are always free for us as well, but it's Friday, it's like the weekend, so we're eating late or going out or whatever. So anyways, I'm making dinner really, really quick. The kids, the littles, have been here with Chris. They look like they've kind of just camped out because Chris is still working. And yeah, gotta make a quick dinner. So Jackson and Jane are both sleeping. and Piper's on the couch. She turned YouTube on. Usually our nighttime routine consists of Chris with either Jackson or Jane, and then me with Jackson or Jane. We give Piper the phone for just a minute to lay in her bed and rest for a second, and she just kind of watches either kids YouTube or does like a game or something. And hopefully soon the reading eggs, we're gonna teach her how to be able to do it on her own. And then once we have the big two kids asleep or in bed, then we'll both go in and do Piper, and we read to her and say our prayers and everything. But it just helps us because otherwise she will continue to come into the rooms while we're putting the big kids to bed and bother us. So I know that sounds bad, but she'll come in and everything's all wild and crazy, so that just kind of keeps her put. But she came out here today and put it on the TV, like airplayed it to the TV. I was like, what are you doing? So, and Chris went with my brother to watch some Monday Night Football, so he's not even here. So I'm getting ready to put this little girl to bed, right?
Hi.
Can you say good night to everybody?
Good night.
Can you tell them okay, River, sit down. Sit down, River. Can you say thank you for watching?
Thank you for watching.
Say subscribe.
Subscribe.
And give it a thumbs up. All right, we'll see you guys in our next video.
Bye.